Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here at Target Trading Academy with today's Micros Market Recap. Let's get right into it. It is Wednesday, January 31st at the close of New York. Let's get right into it, starting with micro oil. Oil opened inside of its range from yesterday, never quite getting to that close that was up here. It tried. It was a little bit of a slower moving market. We had that FOMC minutes or meeting and the Fed share press today. It's typical. The mornings are slow, and then it picks up in the afternoon, and today was no exception. So it was a little bit slower. They fought it, trying to get it up there, and then they came down and started trending lower on that day, and the sellers really had that pressure to move it down. But we did have handful of opportunities to get in on that market and capture those moves with them. So what is that? 5 opportunities for potential trades that we saw, but never quite getting to that close and actually finishing well below it. So we are down on the day in oil. As far as gold goes, it opened inside of its range and didn't quite get to its close during its pit session. Right now, after it has already closed, it's gotten there now, but not during its pit session by any means. It actually made some new highs on the contract, was pushing them, and then we had that FOMC news come out, and it was already closed by then. So it closed in this area up here, positive, and then that news and then the aftermarket trading has brought it down. But you can see after it got some information in and started getting a little bit more participation, it seemed like it was just cruising as normal and gave several opportunities to get in some after hours trading in that market. So we are finishing per pit session up on the day. And then our equities, those are down. We opened the gap down in the ES. Scroll this back here. Never quite got to that range low. You can see they had an initial move up, but for the most part, there's a downward pressure throughout the whole day. And then it started ping-ponging between these HVAs, giving several opportunities. And then once that news came out, you can see there's a lot more participation, a lot more ping-ponging at these levels. Remember, these levels are drawn the night before the next day's trading activity. And so it's not like we knew this was going to happen, but we did plan for potential moves on either side of the day's range from the day prior, as we always do. And you can see how well those levels held from today's movement. But they did have one last run up, pretty much match those highs, close but not quite enough, before the sellers kicked in and just started selling it off once more, and that's where we are right now. So sellers had the day. They never got to that close. Now the NASDAQ, it made it back to its range at the very least, but it never made it back to its close. No exception. Opening gap down, much like the ES. Scroll this back. Had a little bit of a downward move initially instead of that upward move like we saw in the ES. But we did get some retracement, and they tried to get into that range, not quite getting to it before they turned around. And we just seen that downward pressure all day long, and then slower moving day. But for the most part, after that news, it really picked up. You can see they did make some new highs, got into that range from yesterday, and then came right back down, had a little round trip, and took control once again. Those sellers did. So we are finishing negative on the day in the equities as far as we're concerned. And then we're finishing down in oil and only positive in gold. If you're looking for more information about these levels, how you can get them onto your charts the night before, and the methodology that we teach around them, feel free to reach out to us. We are Target Trading Academy. You can find us on Facebook or go to our website at targettrading.co. Get in touch with us at either location. We'll gladly show you what we do in our rooms each and every day. We look forward to seeing you there.